5. How are we, lads? How are we, lads? Here we go! Go the Cowboys! Woo! Hey guys, Sean Media just want to do a big shout out to Rugby League Culture Round. All the best this year, 2020. Alright, oh yeah! Fuck! Oh, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the YouTube channel. My name is Nick from Australia, and welcome back to the Nick from Australia YouTube channel. Now, tonight we're going to be doing a review of Super Saturday, which we were meant to do on Saturday night, but due to me being unfortunately rushed to hospital, we've had to postpone it until tonight. And obviously, yesterday I was in and out of doctors and whatnot, so I've been off for 2 days, and as you can probably tell by my voice, I still don't sound the same. I'm still not better. I'm not here to make a drama about myself here, but I will admit to you guys, I do have a horrible infected tooth. My front tooth, it's extremely infected. It has caused now swelling to my face on my left-hand side. Underneath my eye looks terrible. It's all swelled up. It looks horrible. And I think I'm going to the dentist or the doctor hopefully this week. So my mouth's swollen. My fucking face is swollen. I probably shouldn't even be doing any YouTube live streams, but you know what they say, man. The show goes on. And we're going to review Super Saturday. We're going to review all of the Saturday games and all of the Sunday game and team of the week as well. And I want to thank everyone for all the kind messages. I've received a lot of kind people. A lot of people have sent me messages, and it's been very kind. So thank you to everyone that's sent me a message. And yes, I am on very strong antibiotics, but should be right. The show goes on. But joining me, you can't see him, but I've got Nathan B. Moore here. Hello, Nathan.
Hello, Nick. G'day, Nick. G'day, everyone else in the live chat. Really sucks to hear what you're going through at the moment, Nick, and the amount of pain that's going on with your tooth and that. I've had issues as well with teeth before, so I can absolutely sympathise with you on that one. Hopefully you get into the doctors this week sometime soon, and yeah.
Well, this is what I get for not going to the dentist, so it's my own fault. But you know what? Should be fine. And also joining us to review the Knights versus Roosters game, and this bloke was at the game on Saturday afternoon, live in attendance. He flew down from Queensland. We've got Hainsey here to help us review the game. Hainsey, how are you, bro?
Hello, Nick. Hello, Nathan. G'day, everyone. First of all, hope you're doing well, mate. Seen some photos, man. You don't looking too good, but wish you all the best.
Mate, I really appreciate that, Hainsey. And no, I don't look too good, but I think I'm improving a little bit.
Ladies and gentlemen, here's a tip for you. Don't drink Coke as much as Nick does.
Oh, here we go. Blaming the Coke.
So I heard you're getting a tooth pulled out tomorrow, which means you're going to be a South fan. So how's that feel?
Yeah, well, fuck, we're playing South this weekend, aren't we? So, fuck.
An omen that you're going to be a South fan for the Cowboys game.
It's a bad omen. Fuck. Mate, I got to ask you, how was the atmosphere at McDonald Jones Stadium on Saturday?
Well, it was not too bad. Yeah, it was a great day in Newcastle. I've been there twice now and absolutely love the place. It's one of the great suburban grounds. I know it doesn't really feel like a suburban ground, but it is a suburban ground. Holds about 30,000. So, but no, it was 22,000 in attendance. It was a great day out. I thought, they get up and about, the Newcastle fans, don't they? I think we've been saying it for God knows how long, that they're one of the most passionate supporters. They enjoy their footy, whether they're getting flogged, or they're, playing finals. They always turn up, the Knights fans, and it was a great atmosphere, great game, great day out in Newcastle, seeing family and going to the footy. It was such a great day.
Yeah, I think Newcastle's one of those teams where even when they were going terrible back in 2016, 2017, they were still getting 20-odd thousand each game.
Yeah,
so
they always do.
They're just one of those teams where even if they're going bad, their fans always show up and they always rip in, and they're not afraid to let their opinion. They're not afraid to give their opinion. So, no, they're very passionate supporters.
Yeah, they'll give it. They were losing it in that last 10 minutes. They weren't happy. I didn't hear a Newcastle chant though until like the 55th minute. So that was a bit of a downer. But all in all, it's always good. It's always a nice image. Saturday afternoon, 3:00, packed out.
Great time slot for this game too, I should say.
Oh, perfect. Look, I was battling my demons all Saturday morning. I made the regrettable decision to watch the cricket till midnight. Get up at 4 a.m. to watch. Get up at 4 a.m. to fly to the airport. Got to landed in Newcastle at 7. Then stayed with family in Maitland, which was it's always a nice part of the world. Maitland. It's about 40 minutes away from
beautiful place,
Newcastle CBD. So
yeah.
Yeah, and I think I had the 2 to 3 hour power nap because I wasn't going to get through the game. If I'll be probably, sitting in the ground and be falling asleep. That's how tired I was. But no, I got through it. It was a great day. I always enjoy those Saturday 3:00 kickoffs. I think I'm looking at the photo that you've got, the thumbnail.
Yeah, it's an old one.
I'm sitting right near the dugout, right near the entrance. So we were covered in shade all afternoon, which was also a bonus.
Well, look, on the game itself, now, I will admit, watching it live on TV, it wasn't the greatest game of football to watch. I don't believe it was as high quality, but I will say, if you were at the game, Hainsey, obviously you were, you'd think it was a really good game of football. Watching it on TV, I wasn't that entertained. I thought the Roosters were going to go on with it for a long time, and then Newcastle kept fighting back. They had a lot of ball in that second half. Newcastle, they just couldn't find the fucking try.
Yeah, mixed feelings about this game for me, to be honest. I will say this. I will praise Grant Atkins. I normally don't praise any referees, but I thought Grant Atkins had a solid game refereeing. Didn't really give much 6 against away. Let the game flow, which was always appreciated as a fan. But no, the game itself, it's hard to get a read on Origin affected games.
Yeah,
obviously wasn't the highest quality, but still decent game. It was definitely an arm wrestle. I thought we looked a lot better in the first half. I thought I've been praising this kid for God knows how long. Sandon Smith, he absolutely we looked better in attack in that first 30 minutes. We looked more direct. We tested the line a little bit more. And I thought Manu at the back was also incredible. 300 plus meters. He's the third player this year to run 300 meters in the game. He played well. Again, I've been saying that for the last 8 weeks now, that he's not a 5'8". I thought Sandon Smith took control, especially when we lost Luke Keary. I thought he really stood up. Beautiful try assist. Ran to the line, got through the line, and set up Nat Butcher, who also played an incredible game. Played 80 minutes. Nat Butcher, he was incredible.
He surprised me on the weekend, bro. He played in the front row. He hasn't played front row since last year.
Again, I've been I don't know how long I've been telling you guys how good Nat Butcher is. I literally will say, in the next, when Tedesco retires, Nat Butcher will be the next captain of the Roosters. It'll be either him or Victor Radley. Nat Butcher, I don't know if you guys remember, I reckon Nathan might. Nat Butcher captained the Roosters under 20 side to that 2016 premiership when we were down 28-6 to Penrith. And basically, he's been pretty much the most consistent Roosters player. Yeah, he's not that X factor like Crichton and Tupanua, but his worth ethic in defense always gets that nod of approval from Robbo, and Robbo questioned the senior members of this playing squad this week. No Teddy, no Lindsay Collins to start with. Who's going to step up? And Nat Butcher played 80 minutes in Mitchell. He didn't play 80 minutes in the front row. He played front row, then played a bit of lock, played a bit of back row. He was everywhere, and it was massive for us. So, but yeah. Honestly, on a Newcastle point of view, they had their chances. They bombed a few tries. But I thought our scramble defense was great, to be honest. You look at, if you look at the scoreline, 18-16, two of their tries come from pretty luck, you could say. The first try come off a charge down. That wasn't even a charge down, just ricocheted off Nat Butcher. He was stunned because it hit him in the head. Then Callum Ponga, brilliance. Fair play, he actually played well, Ponga. Got through the line and Dom Young scores under the post. And then the second try was from our mistake from Crichton, offloaded out the back. And then Bradman Bear's runaway try. But apart from that, they didn't really test us.
No, they didn't.
But they still had some good chances, But in saying that, though, the last 10 minutes of that game, we didn't give them anything. If you look at that last 10 minutes again, they did not get any opportunity to get down the other end and score. We stood up in that last 10 minutes within our defense. We just didn't give them nothing. Had to make them kick long, and make them work it out. If you want to win the game, you got to run 100 meters to win the game. That was that last 10 minutes. And in the end, the errors from them got us over the line.
I'll tell you what, Ainsley. I think, Nathan, you might remember this as well. I think I said in the chat, when Bradman Best picked up that ball and he ran 70 meters and it was only a 2-point game, I said Newcastle will fucking steal this. They'll win this. Roosters will plug it. And to the Roosters' credit, they held on. But I must say, Nathan, you've probably noticed this a lot more than I have. How many games this season have Newcastle lost because of fucking goal kicking? They lost another game by goal kicking.
Yep.
How many fucking times is this going to happen to them this year?
It's going to happen until they can find themselves a decent goal kicker, unfortunately.
Why doesn't come upon a goal kick?
I don't know.
Hastings is a good goal kicker, don't get me wrong, but compared to all the other good teams in the competition that are having a good season,
I've said this throughout my whole career, well, not career, but every time since I've watched footy, you can't blame a loss because of a goal kicker. Unfortunately, you can't blame the goal kicker. I know it's their job to kick the goal, but still, it is tough to blame the goal kicker for the loss. They had their chances to win the game. So
I'm just having a look at some of the teams, guys, that are some of the teams that are having a good season that are, in the top 8. I'm not sure what the goal kicking percentage would be this season, but it would be at a high level. You've got Reynolds, Cleary, Nick Meaney's a good goal kicker, Latrell, Hines, Sean Johnson, Croker, Moses. They're all goal kicking at a very high rate. And
you're missing one person here, Nick. Luke Keary. Luke Keary is 100%, 4 from 4 in his goal kicking.
Is he? Fuck, man.
That's true.
He kicked. Oh, sorry, it's 3 from 3. He kicked one against Penrith and then he kicked 2 against Newcastle on the weekend. So
# Luke Keary is a new goal kicker.
I'm surprised. Because when we played Penrith last week, I thought, okay, Sandon Smith, he's a goal kicker. He'll play 7. Yeah. But then in the warm-up, I thought, no, Luke Keary's going to be goal kicking. Okay. Well, I can't remember him goal kicking, but tell you what, he can strike the ball well.
Even when Luke Keary was at South, I don't even think he was goal kicking.
I think he kicked 1 goal at South. He's kicked 4 in his career. So.
Yeah. But look, I'll tell you what, Hainsey. I know the Cowboys are in a very similar situation to the Roosters, where we're, 1 game from the 8, or usually equal 8.
We're 4 games out of the 8. That's been our Achilles heel this year. That we haven't been able to win well. I remember this game when we were all there. When we played Para, we led 28-6 They got back to
Yeah.
28-20 or
That's true.
28-18 or something like that, And then, it's been 3 games this year that have killed us. The 28-6 loss to Melbourne. The 48-4 to Penrith, and the 30-6 loss to Penrith as well. So but the thing is that we haven't been able to win well, But look, this is the thing. We're 4 against out of the 8, and I've said this all season. If you can get a handful of wins in a row, you'll be fine. Like look at Parramatta. They were in the bottom 4 literally the first half of the season. They've won like 3 on 4 on a trot, and now they're in the top 8. It doesn't take much.
Exactly. I mean, have a look at us. We're only one game from the 8 now.
Exactly right. You've been chipping away.
All it takes.
And that's all. Yeah, exactly right. It's a big 3 weeks for us. So we ticked that win off against Newcastle. We're on the same amount of points at the time. They were 1 point behind us, so that was a win that we needed to win. This next 2 weeks are massive as well. We got Canberra at Allianz this Sunday night.
That's a big
game. That one. 8th to be 11th. The Roosters can win. We actually potentially be back in the top 8, then followed by Manly at Brookie into the bye. So, tell you what though, we can. Even if we lose 1 game, we get that bye. We're right where we need to be.
That's exactly right.
We haven't fell away from the top 8 all season. We're just hanging in there. And there is players coming back. Victor Radley's back this week, which is a massive in at lock. Suolii's a week away from suspension. Sam Walker's out of the knee brace, so he's not far. Big positive news, though, that Luke Keary's been cleared of any facial.
That's a big one.
That was a big one. Well, I remember, because like I said at the start, I'm sitting, if you look at the screen, that little opening near the V&I, that's where the players' entrance is for the away teams. I'm sitting right there in that side on the left there, to your left,
nice.
or to the right of screen, whatever. When he come off, I thought, okay, it's a HIA. All right, okay, I'll see what happens. But then he held his jaw. I was like, oh fuck, he's broke his jaw.
Yeah.
And then it was like, okay, facial fracture. And I'm getting messages too, like. I got mates who were messaging me like, oh, he's broke his jaw, facial fracture. I was like, for fuck's sake, we don't need this. But then the best news to wake up to today, that Luke Keary's been cleared of any facial fracture. It was like, because he did it, I don't know if you guys remember, 2018, he broke his jaw at training.
Yep, I do remember this.
And so what it was actually the metal plate that he's got in his jaw that was playing up on him. That's why there was soreness and swelling and all that kind of stuff. So, at the end of the day, he'll be monitored this week. I expect him to be named. He'll see if he can get through the session this week, and potentially he'll be lining up on Sunday against the Raiders, which is a big news for us.
Massive win.
So, look, we're hanging in touch. We all know that the Roosters like to have a late run into the finals.
100%.
So. We're not out of it, obviously. We get Teddy back this week. Lindsay Collins is back. Victor Radley at lock,
Victor's that's a big inclusion there.
If he can control himself, we'll be fine. Also, I want to give a special mention to Jake Turpin. He's been absolutely incredible for us. He's been a workhorse since the Cheese broke his thumb.
Yeah.
It really reminds me of Jake Friend. That work ethic. He's not the greatest hooker in the world, but
he
makes 40, 50 tackles every game, and he's got that Jake Friend in him. And obviously, Jake Friend is at the Roosters as a assistant coach now with Boyd Cordner. I think going forward, I'd love to see Jake Turpin at 9, get the Cheese in at 14, get him on, play a middle forward role, play hook if he needs to, give Jake Turpin a rest, come on, play a bit of dummy half. Just being that rotating forward through the middle, and momentum is a big thing in rugby league. And you can tell a little bit in Melbourne this year that they're missing that X factor off the bench, like Brandon Smith comes on being an absolute aggressive little bull that he is, just changing the momentum on the back of him. And I reckon he'd work perfectly as a 14, come on, play middle forward, front row, lock, whatever, change the momentum of the game by his carries. If off a good carry, momentum swing. That brings the likes of Teddy. Joey Manu comes into the middle and just control through the middle, and that would be a massive thing for us. So, look, Jake Turpin doing a good job for us. Cheese not far away either. So, look, I mean, we're not out of it. We're not out of it.
He made 53 tackles in the weekend, Jake Turpin, so he's definitely doing a good job.
And he made like 57 against Penrith last week.
Yeah.
He's played a handful of games with the Roosters. He's almost got the all-time most tackles for the Roosters. Obviously, 3 behind him. 3 others have been Jake Friend, but incredible numbers. Special mention to Jake Turpin as well.
Absolutely. Now, before we move on to the next one, I just want to ask you guys, who would you give the player of the match to in the Knights Roosters game on Saturday, Arvo?
Nat Butcher for mine.
I agree. I'm going to go Nat Butcher as well.
My 3-2-1, 3 Butcher, 2 Manu, 1 Angus Crichton. Angus Crichton was massive off the bench. Starting to get back to his best. And I think he plays some good footy through the middle, and, he stood up. I know he made that mistake, but, can't blame a mistake, but apart from that, he was really solid. One of his best games this season for Angus Crichton. So they're my 3-2-1. Man of the match, obviously, Nat Butcher. He was a workhorse for us.
What about you, Nathan?
Look, for me, Nat Butcher is the man of the match. I thought he was absolutely outstanding. His defense, especially in the last 10 minutes, is like what Hainsey said with the scrambling defense that the Roosters had. The Knights just had nothing in attack in that last 10 minutes, but Nat Butcher was a key part in that defensive effort, and I thought he was outstanding. As Hainsey said, definitely a future captain for the Roosters.
I'll go with Joseph Manu for player of the game, but I'll tell you this. If Joseph Manu is going to play fullback or 5'8", he needs to learn to pass the fucking ball. Jesus Christ.
It was better. That's with him at 5'8", I reckon it would work if he had a full preseason at 5'8". It's not going to work. It's a bit of a Band-Aid solution if he's coming in mid-season to play 5'8". It's easier. If he had the full preseason.
He threw to Junior Pogo. I was like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, look, that's just teething problems. At centre, I think what the good thing is him at fullback, he was working really hard through the middle, and he wasn't, he was running the ball when he thought I can take the line on. It wasn't every set like it was at 5'8", just clunking up the attack. We looked good on both sides, particularly our left was better.
Yeah.
But yeah, look, no, it was really good from Manu. He's back in the centers this week. I had that gut feeling when, when he got, when Keary got taken off, Hutchinson, that last 40 minutes from us, attacking-wise wasn't at best, but, we still hung on for the win. I was a bit concerned. I was like, oh, no, Manu's going to be back at 6 next week, But, no, look, I think going forward, if Keary's right to go, have him at 6, Sand at 7, Manu back in the centers, and Teddy at 1, I think that'll be, I think that's what you need. You need like that halfback, you don't need a standout halfback, And Sandon Smith can be that guy that Luke Keary runs the team. Sandon Smith is that control guy. Jake Turpin, not the best hooker in the game, but he'll do his job, and that's what Sam Verrills was really good for us. Wasn't a standout, but he just come in and did his job. And that's what Jake Turpin's been doing. He's been really good. So look, sometimes you don't need the superstars in the team. And it proved that our DNA at the Roosters stood tall. When it mattered on Saturday afternoon.
Absolutely. All right, Hainsey. Well, it's been great having you on for the Knights Roosters review, bro. Appreciate your time tonight, and I'll have to get you on again real soon.
Thanks, Nick. Look after yourself. Thank you, Nathan. Thank you, viewers, and also before I go, special mention to my man Alex Twal. Great to see him score.
Yes.
Dude, I was jumping for joy, man. I was jumping for joy when he scored. But yeah, all the best, boys. Thanks
Thank you,
for having
Hainsey.
me on.
All right, guys. There goes Hainsey. A big thank you to Hainsey for coming on the channel. If you haven't subscribed to his YouTube channel, make sure you go and check out Hainsey on YouTube. One of the best content creators going around today. And we got Flash Blue with the donation. 2023 Grand Final winners, Canberra Raiders. Well, if they make top 8, you never know. But thank you for the donation, Flash Blue. I appreciate it.
They got a huge test against the Roosters this Sunday coming up.
It's a big game. All right. Well, let's go to the remaining games of Super Saturday. And look, I have to admit this to you, Nathan. I thought these 2 games on Saturday night were fucking horrible.
Yeah, they weren't the greatest quality in terms of footy.
Parramatta 34, Manly 4. I know both teams were very Origin affected. I know Parramatta didn't have Dylan Brown, Mitchell Moses, Junior Parlour, Sean Lane. I know Manly didn't have the Trbojevic brothers, DCE. But from a team that just destroyed the Dolphins by 58-10 last week, to show up against Parramatta at home, that was pretty poor.
Yeah, it was pretty disappointing. I felt with Manly's performance, as you said, didn't even turn up. But Parramatta, on the other hand, they were very, very clinical, very good. I was very, very concerned about the Ryan Madison, Dijon Arcee combination, but they were actually very good over the weekend.
Yeah, I was very surprised.
Oh, yeah.
I'll tell you what surprised me about this game on how much of how unorganized is Josh Schuster. Like, I'm not going to bag him because I think he's a very talented player and I've bagged him enough this year. But why is it that Schuster only plays well in the number 6 jersey when Cherry Evans is there? If Cherry Evans isn't his partner, Schuster is absolutely lost. He's in all sorts.
Well, I mean, I'm going to probably play a little bit of devil's advocate right here. I mean, Schuster, I think this is his first full season as 5'8" for the Sea Eagles. Yep. So it's still, he hasn't played all the season in that role and that, but it's still going to take some time for him to adjust into that kind of position. But I do agree with you with that one. He seems a lot more lost without Daly Cherry Evans being there with him. Hopefully that changes very soon.
Well, see, the problem is you can't play good one week with your house partner and then your house partner gets ruled out and then you can't just go back to being shit. You got to take that responsibility and step up. So I thought he was really poor on the weekend. And to be fair, all of Manly were terrible. But
100%.
I'm just a little bit disappointed with what I'm seeing from Manly. It's so hot and cold. I can't get a read on them. I don't know what they're going to do next week. I have no idea. They're playing Melbourne this Saturday night. I got no idea what to expect from them in that one.
They need to step up. They need to step up big time for that game.
No idea what to expect. Look, I thought this Parramatta Melbourne game was a Parramatta Manly game was fucking terrible.
Parramatta, man.
Yeah, Parramatta were good. Ryan Madison at 6 was very good.
Very good.
Gufferson did his job. How about Simonson in the centre? He's killing it.
He was incredible this past week and that. But if I had to say who my man of the match was, I'm going to say Jermaine Hopgood. I thought he was very good.
Yeah, Hopgood was good. Yeah, they all were, really.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Parramatta's young forwards were very good as well. The likes of Makatoa, Ogden, they all stood up and played really good alongside Kemp Gillard and whatnot. But, not much more to say on this one, but my man of the match, I'm going to go with Bailey Simonson.
Yeah, he was brilliant. He was absolutely brilliant.
And you're going who? Hopgood.
Oh, I'm going Jermaine Hopgood for mine.
All right, nice. On to West Tigers versus Melbourne Storm, and well, the only thing that mattered about this game was Alex Twal scoring.
Oh, man. Twali. How good. Finally, after I think it was like 117 games or something like that, finally goes over, scores his first try, and the only try for the Tigers as well. But I'll be honest with you, I couldn't even care that Melbourne won. The fact that Alex Twal scored pretty much made the game so good. You know what? 17th of June is going to be known as National Alex Twal Day or National Twal Day because of just this is probably the biggest rugby league moment of the year. I'm going to say it. This was something that we've all wanted, and it's finally happened. Take away Twali's try. To be fair, the game wasn't as great. I mean, good credit to Will Warbrick, though. Will Warbrick absolutely killed it. 4 tries this weekend. He was brilliant, and that's who I'd probably give my man of the match to in terms of that. But Alex Twal, man, so good.
I think that needs to be a public holiday now for June 17.
National Twal Day.
This game was terrible. I'm not going to lie. It was a fucking terrible game. Tigers and Storm. Obviously, with Luke Brooks being out injured, they had to put Brendan Wakeham the half back to Tigers and Stafford Tower to 5'8", which was a terrible, terrible experiment.
Yeah, that was something.
John Bateman at lock forward, I don't mind too much. I thought he tried really hard. Isaiah Papali'i ripped in. Alex Twal always rips in. It was great to see him score that try. But this game was garbage. Melbourne, they're just doing what Melbourne do. They find a way to win. Jerome Hughes, Nick Meaney, they all stood up. Warbrick, Nelson in the back row was a nightmare. The Tigers just had no answers. And look, I know our good friend All Out Champa raps Junior Tupou quite highly, but Warbrick scored 4 tries on him on the weekend, so wouldn't be surprised if Junior Tupou ends up in New South Wales Cup after that game.
Time will tell, I guess. It's pretty much the way it's going to be. Time will tell.
Conceding 4 tries is just not good enough.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
But, no, Melbourne deserved the win. They were obviously the much better team on the night. Tigers had a bit of a sniff early on in that first half, where they had that 6-4 lead, but after that, they just went downhill.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not much more to say on this one, but man, the match, I'm with you. I'm going Warbrick as well. 4 tries.
All right. Now, Sunday
football. What a absolute disaster.
The massacre.
Jesus Christ. Sharks 48. Bulldogs 10. Where do I even begin with Canterbury?
Oh, man. Look, there was a gut feeling that the Bulldogs could do something this week, but, oh, man, they did not turn up. They weren't even in the sheds. They were probably still at Belmore, to be honest with you, the way that whole situation was. But Cronulla, they bounced back after getting 50 put on them by Melbourne last week. They bounced back really well. And I know it's the Bulldogs and they've got injuries and all that kind of stuff. But the Bulldogs were very much overhyped going into this season. I'm going to say it right now. They were the most overhyped team. They still had a good roster going into this game. And Cronulla just slapped them. Nico Hines had a fantastic game. Nearly all of the Sharks forwards stepped up. Cameron McGuinness in particular, he was outstanding.
Oh, yeah.
Thomas Hazelton Another brilliant
I
performance
love
as
him.
well.
Thomas Hazelton looks like a 45-year-old man, but he's only fucking 22 or something.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know.
I don't know, man. Look, I know the Bulldogs got a lot of injuries and they had a lot of players out for this game, but for fuck's sake, where's the depth at?
Mm.
Where's the depth?
They always touted that they've got good depth and all
The
that.
depth gets killed.
Mm.
You're playing against a team that just got beaten by 50 by Melbourne, and you'd think going into it, you fancy yourself a chance if you start the game off well. When you get the Sharks a bit nervous, but no, you know what happened? The Sharks started the game on fire and they looked untouchable.
100%. Absolutely.
Nico Hines was out for a statement, and boy, oh boy, did he deliver.
Oh, mate, Hines. I was so concerned going into this game because I thought after the whole Origin debacle, Hines' confidence and just his belief was just going to be absolutely shot. But nah,
Yeah,
I think this was the middle finger to Freddie Fittler and to show them what they're missing out on. But Hines had a really good game. He had a fantastic game.
mate, the Bulldogs just proved to everyone that they're frauds, or I don't know what you want to call them. They're just fucked. They're embarrassing.
Oh, 100%.
I have officially put a blue pen through the blue and white Bulldogs. Their season's now over for mine.
Mm-hmm.
They now have a record of 5-10. There's no way they're making the top 8 now.
Nah, they're pretty much done.
Over. I think I said on Tuesday when I was doing my preview, Nathan, that Nico Hines would get 3 or 4 try assists. I think he had 2. He had 2 try assists.
I'll have a look because I do have it right in front of me.
He had a few.
Nico Hines had 2 try assists.
So, yeah, I think I had him for 3 or 4. So I was pretty much on the money with that.
Blake Brayley had 3.
How good was Blake Brayley? Honestly.
He was insanely good.
Let's give him a rap. Blake Brayley. He's been underrated all season. I'm not sure if he's a top 5 hooker in the game, but he's definitely a top 8 hooker in the competition, man. He is killing.
He the fact that he pushed Cam McGuinness on the bench, unbelievable. Blake Brayley has been absolutely outstanding for the Sharks these past couple, for pretty much since last year. He's been absolutely outstanding.
Sure has. Look, I don't want to be negative about the Sharks because I just had a big 48-10 win over the Dogs, but Talakai at centre, man, I'm still not sold on it.
He needs to go. He needs to be put back on prop.
Not prop. I reckon back row.
Oh, yeah. Back row, on the bench.
Put him on the bench.
Put Connor Tracy in.
Yeah.
Connor Tracy's got points. He's proven how good he can be at centre. And he looks like he could be on the outer as well from the Sharks. So put him in there. Give him that starting position. How
about you put Wade Graham out of the team, Connor Tracy to the centres, and Talakai to the bench?
Not bad. Not a bad team.
I think it'll be a lot better than what they've currently got.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, very nice win for the Sharks. There's still a chance on the top 4. I think they go to 5th at the moment. So
I
think they'll be thereabouts on season's end for top 4 because I think they do have a fairly good run, like game-wise, like a good fixture. So
well, they got the bye next week, and then after that.
What?
Oh, I was going to say they've got the bye next week, and then after that, they've got the Dragons at Cronulla.
Oh, the derby.
So,
all right, Nathan. Well, let's go to our team of the week. Round 15 team of the week this week. Look at that photo. Me and you look outstanding on that one there. Looks classy.
I
As.
know. Wow.
All right. Well, let's get to the team of the week, shall we? And we'll start with your 1 through to 17, bro. Your team of the week.
All right. So, fullback, I've gone with Scott Drinkwater from the Cowboys. My wingers are Will Warbrick and Daniel Tupou. Centers, I've got Marion Seve and Bailey Simonson. 5'8", Tom Dearden. Halfback, Nico Hines. My forwards, my front rowers are Jarrod Waerea-Hargreaves and Nat Butcher. My hooker, Blake Brayley. My second rowers are Britton Nakora and Teague Wilton. And my lock is Jermaine Hopgood. I just want to quickly point out as well, I've made a late change. Take Marion Seve out, put Jesse Raymond in.
Yeah.
My interchange, Cameron McGuinness, Josh King, Luciano Leilua, and Brandon Hamlin-Ueli.
Very nice. We got a few similar. We got a few different. For me, we got a similar team, but a little bit different as well. So very nice one, Nathan. For myself, fullback, Scott Drinkwater. On the wings, William Warbrick and Kyle Phelps. Centers, Zach Labart and Bailey Simonson. 5'8", Tommy Dearden. Halfback, Nicholas Hines. Front row, Braden Hamlin-Ueli and Nat Butcher. Hooker is Blake Brayley. The back row are Britton Nakora or Nikora, however it's pronounced nowadays, and Teague Wilton. Lock forward there is Jermaine Hopgood, or as some people call him, Jermaine Hopgod, whatever. And the bench, Joseph Manu, Thomas Hazelton, Jack Williams, and Makaesi Makatoa.
There you go. Very nice team. Very, very nice.
Now, before we go, we need to reveal our coach of the round and our player of the round. Who are you giving the coach of the round to this weekend?
Coach of the round, I'm going to give it to Craig Fitzgibbon. A good comeback, a good sort of, what's the word? I had the word in my bloody head, but it's completely... Bounce back, that's it. Oh, well, I'm an idiot sometimes. But Craig Fitzgibbon had a great bounce back from absolutely getting shellacked by the Storm last week.
Yeah.
Yes, I know it was against the Bulldogs. Yes, I know they're injury prone. Yes, I know they've got a few Origin players out. Bulldogs, though, they still have a decent team on paper, sort of, and they, as you mentioned as well, the depth as well. And for the Sharks to put 48 on them is a bit of a warning shot that they're still a threat and there's still a chance in this. Yes, I know they had 50 put on them, but that's going to break sometime soon.
That record will break one day.
100%.
My coach of the round is Trent Robinson. The Roosters were outsiders to win against the Knights down there in Newcastle, and they're under a lot of pressure, obviously losing a lot of games at the moment, not winning a lot at the moment, the Roosters. And I think the Roosters just needed to win a game, and they just had to win. If it was ugly or pretty, it didn't even matter. And they got away with it against Newcastle on the weekend, so I think Trent Robinson deserves a bit of credit for that. And he took a few gambles, putting Nat Butcher in the front row and having Manu go to fullback and losing Luke Keary due to a injury, which he's now been all cleared of. And as our good friend Hainsey was saying beforehand, Jake Turpin stepping up to the plate. So for me, Trent Robinson, coach of the round.
I agree with you on that one. He was going to be my second choice as well. So
my player of the round, Nathan. My player of the round. I can't go past Scott Drinkwater. I thought what he did Friday night against the Panthers was outstanding. He had 2 tries. He was involved in everything. That try scored and golden point to win the game was outstanding. I went crazy, as you would have saw my live reaction that I put on YouTube Friday night.
Yeah, I did.
Scott Drinkgoat, as I now like to call him. But Scott Drinkgoat, bro. What a performance.
I agree with you on that one. I'm going Scott Drinkwater as well. He was everywhere against the Panthers on Friday night. And that try he scored, absolutely silk, insane stuff.
Couldn't have played any better. But all right, Nathan. Well, that's going to wrap up tonight's live. So we've been on here a lot longer than what we were meant to be. But it's been a good show, bro, and look forward to having you on again next week.
As always, thanks for having me, and thanks everyone for tuning in as well and supporting the channel. And I'll see you next week. And I hope the surgery and that goes all fine and well. And good luck, bro. And
Well, I will admit to the live chat, I am getting my tooth sorted out tomorrow at a private dental. It's going to cost a bit of money, but this is why I love the super chats and whatever, because it all helps. So it means a lot. But I'm going to a dentist tomorrow, and hopefully they take it out.
Oh, they most likely will.
I've never been so excited to go to a fucking dentist. So my face is still fairly swollen and whatnot. So hopefully all goes to plan tomorrow, because I need to do my State of Origin preview and my round 17 preview tomorrow night, hopefully. So hopefully I can still get all that out tomorrow. But we'll see how we go. But thank you, Nathan. Thank you to the live chat. Thank you, Jason, for wishing me well. Appreciate it. Thank you to everyone that has reached out and said get well soon and all that. Really nice stuff. Really appreciate it. But anyway, guys, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. And see you guys in the next one. Until then, take care, everyone.